The night in El Paso turned into a sea of emotions when the two main stars of BTS, namely Jungkook and Park Jimin, performed with energy that was completely out of bounds. The concert, in the framework of this highly anticipated world tour, exploded immediately from the first second they set foot on the stage. The thousands of soldiers who packed the venue in El Paso screamed incessantly, creating an atmosphere that felt so alive, hot, and full of love. From the beginning of the performance, Jungkook and Jimin immediately showed their wild side through intense, sharp, and powerful choreography. Their movements were so synchronous, as if they didn't need verbal communication anymore. Every step, every beat, and every facial expression felt highly trained yet still full of spontaneity. Jungkook, known for his incredible stamina, was dominant with his explosive energy, while Jimin, with his subtle but deadly dance style, managed to give an emotional touch that made their performance even more perfect. When the music began to enter the chorus, the atmosphere immediately turned into more craze. Shimmering stage lights followed their every move, while army screams grew increasingly uncontrollable. Jungkook and Jimin literally shook the stage, not only physically but also emotionally. They don't just dance, they tell stories through their bodies, conveying such deep feelings to the fans. However, what made the night so special wasn't just their wild dance act. In the midst of such an energy-filled appearance, the atmosphere suddenly changed to become more intimate. The music slows down, the lights dim, and the camera's focus is on the interaction between Jungkook and Jimin. This is where the moment that really made the army Baper began. Jungkook was seen approaching Jimin with slow steps, his gaze sharp but full of warmth. Jimin replied with a small smile that instantly made the entire stadium melt. They stared at each other for a few seconds that seemed so long to the fans. There were no words, but the communication between them was so clear. The chemistry they have feels so natural, as if they are completely immersed in their own world on stage. The moment becomes even more intense when Jungkook gently touches Jimin's shoulder as part of the choreography. The simple gesture actually sparked a huge reaction from the audience. Hysterical screams instantly echoed throughout the venue. Many soldiers who claimed they could not hold back their emotions saw such a sincere closeness between these two members. Jimin then replied with a movement that was no less alluring. It spins elegantly before coming back towards Jungkook, creating a beautiful visual harmony. Their gazes met again, this time with a deeper intensity. It was as if the whole world stopped for a moment, leaving only the two of them on the stage. It is undeniable that the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin has always been in the spotlight. Since their debut with BTS, the two are known to have a very strong bond. They often show a warm side of friendship, full of support, and sometimes also full of jokes. But on a stage like that evening, the relationship seemed to rise to a different level, more emotional, more intense, and more touching. After such romantic moments, they again bring the energy of the audience to the top. The music kicks in again, and Jungkook and Jimin instantly transform into powerful performers. The transition from gentle atmosphere to wild energy was carried out very smoothly, demonstrating their professionalism as world-class artists. Their performance in El Paso is also proof that both continue to develop as performers. Jungkook appeared with growing confidence, while Jimin showed incredible emotional control in every move. The combination of the two creates a show that not only entertains, but also leaves a deep impression. Reactions from the army flooded social media just minutes after the concert ended. Many said that this was one of Jungkook and Jimin's best performances throughout the tour. Clips of their romantic gaze moments instantly went viral, were watched millions of times, and became the subject of heated discussion on various platforms. Some fans even revealed that they felt like they were witnessing a love story being shown through dance. Some said that the moment gave them goosebumps, while others admitted that they were moved to tears by being carried away. This shows how much influence Jungkook and Jimin have on their fans. Not only that, many also praised how both were able to maintain a balance between professionalism and emotions. They know when to perform at their maximum with high energy and when to lower the tempo to create more personal moments. This ability is not shared by all performers and is one of the reasons why they are so loved. The concert in El Paso was a reminder that BTS is not only a musical group, but also a global phenomenon that unites millions of people through music and emotion. Jungkook and Jimin, as part of the group, managed to show that they are true performers who are able to touch the hearts of anyone who watches them. In the end, the night wasn't just about wild dancing or romantic moments. It's about connection between Jungkook and Jimin, between them and the ARMY, and between music and human emotions. A night that will continue to be remembered, not only by those present in El Paso, but also by the millions of fans around the world who come to experience the magic through the screens. And one thing is certain, after this appearance, the ARMY around the world will be even more difficult to move on. The euphoria from this spectacular evening, it turns out, did not stop after the concert. In fact, the impact was even stronger when fans began sharing their experiences on social media. A Fancam video showing details of Jungkook and Park Jimin's movements immediately went viral, showing how intense and emotional their performance was in El Paso that night. Every corner of the stage, every little expression, until the brief interaction between them became the subject of analysis of the ARMY. One of the most talked about things was how Jungkook was seen holding back a smile several times while staring at Jimin, as if trying to remain professional but not being able to completely hide his feelings. On the other hand, Jimin also seemed to tease Jungkook several times with spoiled expressions that were immediately greeted by hysterical shouts from the audience. Small moments like this are strong evidence that their chemistry is not something made up, but has been formed naturally during their years together in BTS. Not a few fans began to dissect the choreography they performed that night. Many have noticed that there are some improvised parts that do not seem to fully correspond to the rehearsed version. This actually makes the appearance feel more alive and authentic. Jungkook and Jimin seem so comfortable with each other that they can add a personal touch to every move. This is what makes their performance feel different compared to other cities on the same tour. In addition, lighting and staging also play a big role in reinforcing emotional nuances. As the romantic part progresses, a warm golden glow envelopes them, creating a visual effect that seems to take the viewer inside their world. The shadows of their bodies approaching each other on the stage floor add a dramatic impression that is difficult to forget. Many soldiers admitted that the moment felt like a scene in a movie, not just a music concert. Interestingly, some fans who were present at the venue said that the energy at the venue felt different than at previous concerts. There is a kind of stronger emotional vibe, especially when Jungkook and Jimin are in the same frame. Even without looking at the big screen, the aura of the two was enough to make the atmosphere very intense. It shows how strong a stage presence they have. Behind all that splendor, there is also another side that makes many people appreciate them even more. Jungkook and Jimin are known as two members who are very perfectionist in terms of appearance. Hours of practice, attention to detail, to dedication to always give the best for the fans are the main keys to their success. What looks wild and spontaneous on stage is actually the result of incredible hard work behind the scenes. After the concert, hashtags related to their performance immediately topped trending on various global platforms. The names of Jungkook and Park Jimin are back in the headlines, not only among K-pop fans, but also in the international media. Many praised how both were able to combine a high level of dance technique with deep emotional expression. Some music analysts even say that this performance shows a new evolution in their stage style. If before they were known for their powerful energy and perfect synchronization, now they also add deeper storytelling elements. Each movement is not only visually beautiful, but also has a meaning that can be perceived by the audience.